Welcome back, Stingers, and Happy New Year. Happy 2022. I wanted to come in and say hi. I have been grinding like crazy trying to get these audiobooks completed. I'm doing a great job. They're going really, really well. First of all, let me stop myself because I want you to see the rebirth. This beauty's in my shop. She's custom made. And you can get her at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com. Also, remember that all of the sale items are an additional 40% off by using the code REALScorpio. So I wanted to come in, slide through, and give you guys some positivity for the new year. I hope that you are disengaged with a lot of things that you were in the past. You know, every year I do the Scorpio season self-love series, and I that's really a gift for you guys to take some of the things. A lot of them are not going to resonate with you at this period in your life, and I understand that. As I am doing my audiobook, particularly Rise from the Ashes, A Scorpio's Guide to Self-Esteem and Rebirth, which I hope you guys are on the waiting list to get that. I do believe the audiobooks are going to be out first, as the printing company has informed me that there's a paper shortage and there's issues, but whatever. It doesn't make a difference because the universe is going to let it play out how it shall. But make sure in the waiting list, make sure you're on it so that I can notify you first when they are available, right? So as I'm going through the audio and reading the words and remembering all of the scenarios, because remember, my work is nonfiction. Everything in there is the truth and nothing but the truth and how it went down. These are real people. And so as I'm looking back at myself, looking back at what my self-esteem level was, what my self-care was, my self-concept, how I viewed myself, and how I allowed certain circumstances to occur. And with that, looking through a lot of your comments and DMs and messages, when I catch them, you know, with you asking, can you do a video about people getting on my nerves? Can you do a video about Geminis? Can you do like, no, I'm not going to do videos about that. First of all, why am I going to talk about Geminis on the Scorpio platform? For what? Secondly, if somebody's getting on your nerves, right, you need to get in the mirror. And this is, you know, this seems to be a step that everybody wants to miss. They want this high self-esteem. You know, people are writing, oh, I want the confidence you have. Like, you're not going to get it without going through the steps. Like, I wasn't born like this. I had a lot of trials and tribulations like you. I had nasty, ugly people in my family, negativity, violence, loud talking, you know, disrespect. I had all that stuff too. Like, I'm no different. But the difference between you and I is that I made a decision, and it was very, very conscious, and it was vocal, and I wrote it down, and I declared it many, many decades ago, right? That I was going to feel good about myself. Like, I knew that was that was my number one path in life. See, my North Node is Scorpio. I'm all Scorpio, right? North Node, boom, right? So my direction is breaking down and rebuild. No matter what else is going on. You know, you see a lot of different things, right? Or different moving parts. Or what you guys see is like not even my life, right? You see like everything around me, everything that inspires me, everything that I'm doing is all about breaking myself down and rebuilding. And when I see these comments of like outside forces, you're always talking about the outside. They're doing this, they're doing that. I can't stand this. I can't, like, what are you talking about? Where's your mirror sessions? Where's your sessions? Where's the work come in, right? And so, you know, this year I hope, just like in my past self-esteem, you know, series, I asked you to, and this is part of it. It's in my book, Rise from the Ashes. I'm gonna take you through a 45-day transformation. Okay, it takes what? 30 days to create a habit. We're going further, 45 days. By 45 days, it should click, okay? And part of that is creating a self-concept. Who are you? And I asked you guys that last year. Remember, it was my year of fly. This year, we're still fly, but we're just adding on. And so we're adding on. And now, 2022, we've added on 2 more to our concept. So we're not even entertaining things that we entertained in 2021. Like, we're not doing that, okay? And so we're not dealing with that. And so I wanted to give you like a reminder, I guess. I give you like a reminder of all the different things that you need to be focused on. Now, I never turn down an opportunity because I figure if the universe is sending me something, I'm going to respond to it. And you never know. Don't anticipate how something's going to work out. You know, when I see a door open, then I go on in there. You know what I'm saying? And you never know who you're going to meet. You never know down the line how that contact is going to turn into something else or through someone else. So many things that have transpired for me have been through people that I met. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I met this amazing person through that person, through this person, and it turned into like something magical, right? So this year, there's a couple of life transformations that are happening that I'm excited about. The tail end of 2021, well, actually 2021 did have some very traumatic things in there for me, and I'm a double Scorpio with a Capricorn rising, so we got Pluto, Mars. I mean, I'm a 4-planet stellium Scorpio and a midhaven Scorpio. So think about all those are ruled by Pluto and Mars. So we're straight. And then I got Saturn. I'm a sun in the 10th. We got Saturn there. So I'm built for transformation, breaking down, and hardship. So I got this. Okay? I'm not complaining like I got all that shit. I'm equipped to handle it in any way, in a material, physical, practical, and emotional, spiritual, inner, everything. I'm equipped to handle everything. So, but this year, we're on some new shit. Last year, there was tragedy in my family, sickness in my family, and I mean, it shook up a lot of things. It shook up a lot of emotional things, financial things, since I am more of the person who has the most finances in my family. And so going into this year, making different transitions, the floodgates are wide open for me. When I do things, they come from a place of love and compassion. I don't do things from a place of hatred. I don't go after people just to go after them. If they're not bothering me, honey, I don't care what your life is, And so this is something that I want you guys to start thinking about. Now, as far as opportunities are concerned, if your focus is always on somebody bothering me, like you sound like a bunch of bitches, some of you, like straight bitches. Your focus needs to be so heavy on breakdown and rebuild that everything else is cloudy. Like you don't even see that shit. I'm up to 5 a.m. most nights, grinding, putting in the work. All of the seeds that I've planted, even with my company, I remember doing a vision board and I had no idea that I was going to create Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon. I had no idea that I was going to create a shop. I didn't know that I was going to be doing readings. I didn't like all this stuff. It hadn't all come into this big package where I could see it clearly. I put it on my vision board and I actually had a computer screen that said Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon shop, because I knew I come from fashion on the corporate end. I knew I wanted a fabulous shop where I can have custom things for people to buy and, just celebrate Scorpio. And I had a vision of, doing chart readings and things like that, but I didn't know how it was going to come together. Boom, we're in 2022 and we're fly. We're doing everything we want to do. Also my books, I had books. I knew I was going to write books. I've been writing since I was 5. I'm a storyteller. I was like, I have so many amazing stories and I have to put them in print. They have to come out. And of course, there's like 6 more already on the back burner. One thing I dislike is to see like an older person, like 60s, 70s, and they're like telling all these stories. They're like, I should write a book. I'm like, why don't you fucking write a book then? Don't you hate when you hear people say, I should write a book? I'm like, when are you doing it though? You know what I mean? Like, when? Or you just want to talk and like get validation. Like, no, like I have 2 published books, like, and more to go. And so I want you to start doing these things, and this will give you a lot of time away from going on the computer, going on social media, minding other people's business. And a lot of you, you're so accustomed to it that it's natural for your brain to just go there. I was on YouTube the other night, and there's a channel that I watch sometimes in a bubble bath, and it's very funny. Like it gets me kind of out of all of any dramatic things that I have to deal with. So it's kind of light and funny, but it was a little petty. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to choose that, or am I going to listen to Abraham Hicks, who's going to elevate me? And it was a hard decision, guys. It shouldn't have been, but it was a hard decision. I was like, let me get my transformation in. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I do watch the petty, but I don't take it internally. Like, I'm not on there searching for gossip. Like, I don't want to hear gossip. I don't want to hear who doesn't like me. Plenty of people don't like me. I don't want to hear somebody with this backstabbing stuff. I don't give a fuck. Like, I am going for the breakdown and rebuild. And so you have to keep training yourself. Just like you look for negative, you're going to be so trained to be like, what's my next transformation? You know, getting in that mirror, breaking things down, writing, journaling, doing the work. Anybody I see who's fly has been putting in the work, honey. There's no way they got like that. You know, there's no way that they got like that. You know, I just, before I got on camera, so you guys know that I'm a professional model, and I have been since the early 2000s. Like, I want to say the early 2000s when I signed a contract. That's when professional contract signed. And so this past December, we're doing a little bit of rejuvenation on my teeth. So I have Invisalign, and I have attachments actually to most of my teeth. So we have this whole thing going on. And I know in real life, like on the streets, my teeth are fly. But for those of you who actually work professionally in any entertainment industry, any avenue, you know that that's not fly enough for the agency. There's a big difference, okay? And so, of course, hard-headed. I had braces when I was younger. I didn't wear my retainer, and a lot of my teeth shifted. And they didn't shift like crazy. Like, I don't have crooked teeth, obviously, but I know I can see the big difference. And so we're doing this right now. And so I wasn't going to work with my agency at all. I was like, no, we're going to work next summer. The hair is growing out. The teeth will be on point, how we want them to be. And but then she sent me a message last night, and she's like, oh, you have a request. And if any of you are professional models, not IG people, you know, a request means that the client went to agency to agency to agency and says, listen, I want you to send me all of the black girls who have perfect teeth, nice skin, slim body, like whatever the request is. And then all the agencies like Ford, Wilhelmina, Click, whoever, my agency, will send them, you know, the girls that fit the requirements. So it's like a request instead of like a regular go-see where any damn bitch in the streets, not in the streets, but like any agency could send all their girls, like, oh, black girls, and they send like 30 black girls. And you know what I mean? Like, they actually choose like, okay, these are the ones I want from your agency, right? So she sent the request last night, and they have different requirements now that we're in COVID. We don't just show up, and usually you show up to the showroom, the office, and they take your photos, and you have to do whatever. And so now we had to do it. So I took the pictures. I was like, fuck. So last night I had to take out my hair, which is normally like in a protective style. So we did that. We picked her out. We got good lighting in my window, and we took all the pictures that whatever the request was, specific type of request was. And I was taking the full body picture, and I was like, excuse me, I just dropped this. I was taking my full body photo, and I was like, oh, because I don't really, right now I have on denim, I have on a black. I actually bought this top. I bought these long sleeves just to wear under to layer under my clothes because I get really cold. And you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I don't wear like pants or shirts. I own like 2 shirts. This being one of them. No, I think 3 now, because I bought 3. I bought 3 of these undershirts. So I have 3 shirts now, maybe 4. Everything you see me wear is a full-blown dress or a jumpsuit. And so right now I have on denim, black denim, because I own 3 pair of denim, if I have to wear them, and this shirt, which is slim fitting. And so I took a photo of my full body, and I was like, oh shit, because I rarely look at myself. I see myself naked. We walk around here naked. And so, and I was thinking, you know, like, well, why am I surprised? Because I put in the work. You guys know I exercise 6 to 7 days a week. Like, it's just habitual. And so when you see people, I went through that whole story just to tell you that. Just to tell you. When you see people who have real high self-esteem and not, or fake it till you make it, who have their little 24-inch waist, mine's 25, not 24, but if they have one, and they're older, not like a teeny bopper, right? If they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they doing something, honey, because you don't just get that. And so when I see them, I'm like, they're putting in the work. They're putting in the spiritual work, or if it's their body, they're putting in like they're doing something. Something's happening. You just don't get that. You don't get it, okay? Look on your block. You don't know. It doesn't happen. And so I was like, well, why am I surprised? I look fabulous. We literally this morning, sitting there doing abs with weights and all sorts of shit that we do to make sure that my health is top notch. Because I like to stay ready so I don't have to get ready. Thank you, Will Smith. That's one of his quotes. And what does that mean? So even if my agency hadn't sent me the requests, right, from the client, I'm still ready. I'm still ready, right? If she sent me catalog, like, oh, this client wants somebody with a really nice body, I don't have, you know, I'm not sitting here like, oh, it's winter and I've gained 20 pounds, which I've seen with some girls. I'm like, what, you're not ready? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is a business. It's not the streets. I'll be like, oh, I'm there. We still, we fabulous, right? Skin, everything. And so now I could have turned down the opportunity. Like, oh my gosh, I have Invisalign and blah, like, nah. Oh, well, I always let the person make that call. I don't shut myself down. And a lot of people do. They're like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. They're not going to pick me. I'm like, ew. Like, oh, I can't stand self-deprecation. Gosh. With me, I let you tell me no, but I'm walking right through that door. I'm walking right through that door. You know how many jobs I've gotten that I could have been like, oh no, that's not me. There was a job for a boy and I got that shit. And I walked in that audition, tomboyed out, had a little tank top and some denim, and my hair was shorter, and I was looking, I had no earrings, and it was, well, wait, what? I change people's minds, right? And so I never say no. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm doing a rejuvenation with my teeth, but the universe sent me an opportunity. I'll let them tell me no. You know what I mean? And it's not that visible, Kate. I mean, look. So anyway, this year, taking opportunities, not shutting yourself down. Now, I know this is a lot for some of you because you're not conditioned yet. You're not going to believe yourself. If you just jump from, you know, abusing yourself and being abused and everything else and be like, I'm great, I'm fat, like, you're lying. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get you to lie to yourself. That's why I want you to ease your way into it. When you prove to yourself over and over again that you are fabulous by, you know, achieving things, right? Accomplishing something. Maybe you have a book you need to write and you're sitting there 20 pages in, like, I can write a book. When you doing it? When are you taking the time to do it? I know I'm up at 5 a.m. I'm up. My neighbors probably hate me, hear me on my mic talking, running my mouth, repeating, because every time there's some external noise, my heater want to make clink, clink, clink when she want to, and I got to stop and pause. And we got to redo it, and we talk to ourselves, oh, going again, waiting for a car to drive by, waiting, let's go, let's redo that, I can do that better, I can tell that better, you know, and this is every single day, putting in the work, planting the seeds, right? Planting the seeds. I'm shooting a documentary. There's so many things that I'm doing, right? There's so many doors that are opening for me, and I'm taking every opportunity that I can. For you guys, you know, I want you this year to create a theme. Who are you? Are you the loser person? Are you the person who gets abused? Are you the person who self-deprecates because it's funny to be in a group of people and be like, make fun of your fat stomach or shit? Like, why are you doing that? Get rid of that shit. Get rid of it, right? Get rid of it. Look at Rebel Wilson. She got sick of being a fat fucking chick. She went and got on her game, and now what? She, everywhere you turn, she on a beach in some type of bikini, and people mad as hell at her that she got her game tight and put in the work. Put in the work. Like, I know you're tired of being the one, you know, who's overextending to people. You're tired of being the one who's always in arguments at work. You're tired of being the one who's always miserable. Wake up fucking miserable. You got nothing positive to say to yourself. I know you're tired of being the one who's always in the mirror and don't like what you see. That must be terrible, right? Terrible. When are you going to put in the work? When are you going to do it? And I know it doesn't feel good as listening to gossip or getting into 30-page comments about some stupid shit. I can't stand Aquarius. I can't, like, what are you talking about? So you're using that energy to, like, do what? To do what? Why don't you talk about how that relationship forced you to look at yourself? Because that's what my book, Dating Scorpio, is. I go through every scenario, every zodiac sign there is. And my point is, even though it is entertaining, even though I do be telling business, is to look at who I was. Like, I entertained that fucking shit. I mean, even though most of those stories are back in my 20s, I entertained it though. Like, who was I that I'm sitting there entertaining these stories? You know, a lot of you guys don't think about that when I create videos about other signs and talk and give you stories about the past. When I talk about, you know, this person and that person, it doesn't click for you. You're not like, oh, that's interesting. That's who you were at 17. It's like, yeah, that's who I fucking was at 17. Look now. Look now, though. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'll see you at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, where you can book a ton of chart readings. Basic chart reading, love chart reading, couples chart reading. You can book a personal live stream session with me or your own personalized video. Sometimes you guys have questions like, can you do a video on this? Dig in your tiny little piggy banks, and I will. Go book one. I'll do whatever video, as long as it falls under my brand, you're good. I have 9 amazing crash courses: how to heal from trauma, how to be fabulous, how to eradicate triggers, dating Scorpio, how to deal with Scorpio children, you know, manifestation. We're talking about getting in the mirror transformation, right? Mirror transformation. And I actually take you through one of my revelations on camera that I discovered. I love having revelations right on camera. I'm like, oh, that's what it was, you know? And while you're there, get on the waiting list for the 2 books, Dating Scorpio, Rise from the Ashes, and what else is going on? I am over at No Makeup Needed, where I talk about, you know, being fabulous over 40 and how my body stays fit. I give you examples. I'll be at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon Podcast, running my mouth soon, because I have some things I want to talk about there. And I think that's it, guys. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I don't know how to completely use Facebook yet, guys. I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? I know how to post, that's about it. What else is going on? I think that's it. That's all I wanted to talk to you about. It's a new year. Please get your game up. You know, it's easy. It's easy to gossip. It's easy to notice other people, but it's very difficult to get in that mirror. A lot of you are avoiding it. I know you are. I know you are. And my hopes for you is that 2-3 years from now, I don't know how long I'm going to be on YouTube for. YouTube is just a stepping stone for me. But I hope that years down the line, you're not asking me the same ass questions. How do I do this? It's like, are you serious? You're not doing the work. I know you're not. You wouldn't even be asking some of these questions if you were doing the work, because you wouldn't be paying attention to these other people. Get your grind up, take those opportunities, right? Open the doors for yourselves. All of my little seeds, I'm seeing fruit bearing, right? And some of them are sprouting. I'm seeing little sprouts. So we know that, 10 years from now, we're gonna have full-blown trees where I can pluck off all different forms of success. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. All right, I have to test this because I was literally talking and the mic wasn't even connected. Like, what?